So, wonderful good afternoon, dear LinkedIn community, Composites Lounge members, and Composites experts out there. Today, we're talking in the third edition, which is already the third edition of the Composites Lounge Engineering Talks, today about the sporting goods industry. Now, the sporting goods industry lately, I was at the ISPO in Munich. This is an international sporting goods exhibition. I was really amazed about the variety of composites that are more and more penetrating in the sporting goods industry. And therefore, I really thought, let's take the sporting goods industry today as a topic, because the variety is vast, where composites can really benefit in the sporting industry. And we will make, however, a deeper dive into one kind of a sporting technology, and that is the typical classical bikes. And not only bikes, you know, the alu bikes, you know, the carbon composite bikes. Today, I will present you a fully plastic bike from IGUS. And we have here today a team of developers, product managers, how you call that, and market responsibles. And I will introduce them to you just right after this video. So have a look. It's 2 minutes. And after this 2 minutes, we will start with our Composites Lounge engineering talks. Meanwhile, by the way, write down in the comments from where are you attending today our show, because we want to see the reach. And do you have sporting goods manufacturing in your plant? What composite processes do you use? Write them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And now the video.
Wir wollen das wartungsärmste und nachhaltigste Fahrrad der Welt bauen.
Da haben einige Leute sich umgedreht und auch gefragt, was ist das, oder das kommentiert.
Plastik rostet nicht, Plastik braucht keine Schmiermittel und Plastik hat eine hohe Lebensdauer.
Plastics, it's the future.
Viele Leute halten uns für verrückt, aber das treibt uns noch mehr an. Mein Name ist Sven Terhardt, ich bin 30 Jahre alt, bin begeisterter Fahrradfahrer, habe nach meinem Studium zum Wirtschaftsingenieurswesen in Amsterdam gewohnt für 3,5 Jahre und nun betreue ich das Projekt, ein Kunststofffahrrad, wo wir nochmal ein Fahrrad ganz neu denken wollen. Ein Fahrrad neu zu erfinden ist nicht so einfach. Wir stecken seit Jahren in der Entwicklung und stehen kurz vor dem Marktstart. Wir haben hier in Köln eine Produktion aufgebaut, um die Idee des Kunststofffahrrads umzusetzen. Momentan besteht das Fahrrad aus ca. 92% Kunststoff. Das Einzige, was nicht aus Kunststoff bzw. Plastik besteht, sind Verbindungsstücke oder auch die Tretachse und die Bremsen. Unser Ziel ist es zum Beispiel bei den Bremsen auch eine Kunststofflösung auszuprobieren. Da sind wir noch nicht, aber wir arbeiten dran an diesen verrückten Ideen. Wir wollen das nachhaltigste und das wartungsärmste Fahrrad der Welt bauen. Wir haben die Möglichkeit, dadurch, dass alles aus Kunststoff ist, hier bei uns in der eigenen Produktion in Köln herzustellen. Also sparen wir so Transportwege. Außerdem ist Kunststoff bzw. Plastik energieärmer in der Produktion als Aluminium. Und Plastik kann nicht rosten und benötigt keine Schmiermittel. Und darum machen wir das Fahrrad aus Kunststoff.
So, dear community, you have seen this is IGUS producing bikes, and let me greet now in clockwise order. We have here Marc Siebert, who has been attending our Composites Lounge talks already prior since the beginning. Marc is a professor at the PFH in Göttingen /Stade. an expert in composites. Then we have Jan Philipp, and I will talk to Jan Philipp soon about their business models and how I just came to, start producing bikes as a plastics component manufacturer. Then we got Sven, and Sven, as you've seen, is our superstar. And thank you so much for ARD and MDR for filming Sven. So I've borrowed this video from YouTube, and we will talk with Sven more in detail about this bike production. Then we have Arne from sensXPERT. Arne is replacing today Dominic. I've announced Dominic to you guys, but Dominic currently is not available, so Arne is taking his seat here today. sensXPERT is supporting this Composites Lounge Engineering Talks. Actually, they're our main partner on this series of Composites Lounge Engineering Talks. So thank you, Arne, for representing our partner today. And then last but not least, the legendary Yannick Willemin from Zurich, Switzerland. And with Yannick, I would like to... So with Arne, we are going into the material side. With Marc and Jan and Sven, we will go into the biking industry. And with Yannick, I would like to zoom out again and have a look what other applications are there for composites in the sporting goods industry. So this live will be about 12 p.m., maybe 12:10, something like that. If you cannot watch this live in its full length, don't worry, we got you covered. You can always come back after this live and watch it here on replay on LinkedIn, YouTube, and next week you can listen it as a podcast right now. So without further ado, then I will take now Arne into the picture, and with Arne we will be talking about the material side. So, Arne, thank you so much for being part of our show today. As your company is very much involved in AI, let me ask you, as an AI company, what did you find out? Why are composites so important in the sports industry? What is your view on this?
Yeah, thank you, Ilkay, for having us. Let's say when it comes to sports and sports goods, composites is maybe the best material solution which is on the market. If you ever been on a bike ride in the Alps, you know that weight matters, and especially carbon fibers, composites gives you the best lightweight potential. But let's say lightweight is only one side. The other one is the mechanical properties of these excellent materials. So you have very high stiffness, very high strength at this low weight, but it's also the design of the material itself. So you, with choosing the right fiber orientation in your product, you can steer the stiffness, and therefore you can decide where you want to have a very stiff part, for instance, in your bike frame, to have the highest performance, but a more flexible areas to provide more comfort. So it's probably the best material out there to make sports goods.
Okay, so the sporting good industry, do you also feel that the applications are becoming more and more? How's your feeling?
Yeah, definitely. You see that more and more. I mean, I ride mountain bikes and road bikes for 25 years now, and you see this material more and more in the frames, in the handlebars, even the saddles. You see the composites being used, and you also see a drop in cost, but still it's kind of costly material. So there is space for improvement, let's say. And this is also where we came in place to optimize this kind of production process to lower the cost using latest sensor technology and combine it with AI.
Mm-hmm. But I'm always also trying to see the downside or the limits of the materials. Now, one of the limits I have seen with carbon bikes, I'm not now saying specifically plastics because that I don't know yet. We will learn about that today. With the composites materials, always these junctions are a specific bottleneck, how to get these pipes joined together. And maybe that's something we will discuss also with Marc later on. But from your view, what other challenges do you see in the manufacture of composites in the sporting good industry?
Yeah, excellent question, Ilkay. I mean, it's a very cost-driven industry. It's a more or less B2C market, and there's a high pressure on the costs. And that is also related to, let's say, production time, cycle times of the curing behavior of these materials inside the mold. And this is where sensXPERT helps. So we developed sensor technology to monitor the curing behavior inside the mold. And in combination with analyzing the data coming from the machine using machine learning AI, we bridge this gap between part quality and process parameters. And with this, we can reduce cycle times, reduce scrap, and make the production more sustainability. So to have a brighter usage of composites in the sports industry, it's really important to lower the costs.
So once we know the pain point of the manufacturer, cost of manufacture, I'm sure you have some solutions in your mind. So what would be a solution? How could sensXPERT bring cycle times down and cost down? What would be your suggestion here, or what's the best practice to do that?
Yeah, I mean, we already saw and will hear about new technologies that come to the market. But if you look to the state of the art, how composites are used in the bicycle industry, or let's say in the sports industry, it's mainly based on thermoset matrices and the typical production methods like RTM, autoclave curing, and so on. And if you look to these processes, they have very long cure cycles, sometimes an hour, 2 hours at 170 degrees. You have to store the pre-preg materials in the fridge at minus 18 degrees Celsius. And of course, this is quite cost intense and brings also, let's say, certain variation to the manufacturing process coming from the material, because it tends to pre-cure during storage, during the supply chain, and so on. And how sensXPERT could help there is by monitoring the curing behavior inside the molds in the state-of-the-art manufacturing processes. We can lower the cycle times by 30%, because there are still some safety margins in these processes, because it's also safety-related components. And there is the part where sensXPERT can contribute by monitoring the curing behavior inside the mold and bridge the relation to the process parameters during the manufacturing. We can lower cycle times by up to 30% and reduce the scrap, sometimes even by 50%.
Okay, these are massive numbers, I would say, and really worthwhile looking at them. Okay, thank you so much, Arne, for your introduction into the material science of the sporting goods industry, which is always the starter. Before we delve into the end-use applications, we have to understand the processes. Community, please write in the comments. I'm seeing some activity already coming in, and I will show your comments and we'll read your comments and discuss your comments soon with the panel. So in the meanwhile, please write in the comments from where you're tuning in. What is the process? What is the end-use application you're having with composites? And we are glad and thankful that you are watching this live here right now. And I will now press the play button on a short trailer. And just after the short trailer, we will talk with Jan about the business model of IGUS and how they came to the idea to produce bikes and what else they are doing. So stay with me right now on this video. Composites Lounge, İlkay Özgüzoğlu, creating sustainable value today from Istanbul, where people see thought leaders bringing up the latest topics and trends, particularly in composites, industry, and advanced materials. We are seeing people working on sustainability and the future. To this end, welcome to our 2025 episodes of Composites 360 on tour. We bring you the brightest minds, influencers, and subject matter on your screen. With live panels at subject exhibitions, we are here to serve you with the latest content that is available in this industry. Whether it is aerospace, automotive, whether these are regional events like here in Istanbul, in Krakow, Poland, in Paris, France, or Germany, it could be also in Italy, we are here to cover those events in order to bring you the most pressing ideas and the most creative ideas to create sustainability and connect the global composites world. We invite you to join our Composites 360 on tour. I bring you the brightest, the best, and the farthest topics on LinkedIn.
Ilkay Eskisolu, Composites 360 on tour with Composites Lounge weekly on LinkedIn, YouTube, and your preferred podcasts.
So, dear community, as you see, this trailer is about Composites 360 on tour, and let me shortly explain you small Eigenwerbung, we say in Germany, advertising for Composites Lounge before we dive into the topic. So, Composites 360 on tour is our alternative format where we are going onto events and putting companies, manufacturers, experts, influencers, the brightest minds into the spotlight. We will be at JEC World in the beginning of March. That's the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th of March, and have a fantastic program already lined up. So stay tuned on what we will show you. If you want to join our spotlight, Composites 360 on tour, drop me a message, and we're happy to come and interview you guys on the show floor. So now this is enough advertising for us, and let me now add Jan Philipp Hollmann to me. Jan is right now in his office, he said to me. Jan, can you explain me what kind of office are you in there? Because I find that fascinating.
Well, it's a hello everyone. It's a office style which is very close to our fabric side as well, and we tend to have the same architecture all over to have everything very flexible, which is always of big help to shift working spaces, but also machineries within the factory. So yes, I'm in the middle of the production side.
Which is really unusual, but I like it because I always want to get the feel of and the vibes and the energy of the production into our show. So thanks so much that you've specifically selected that place. So Jan, before we go into the business models, for those in our community that may not know IGUS well,